Hello again, YouTube. I've got another series for you, and in this one, we're going to be learning how to attack properly in chess. Yes, we want to have our queen on the board. We're going to try to castle the opposite side if possible. We're going to pawn storm, but we're not going to go all out, crazy sacrificing gambits. No, we're going to work on the fundamentals, development, initiative, having your pieces aimed in the right spot before you go for something crazy. So we're going to work up from the fundamentals, and you're going to see how our attacks are more successful as a result. So I hope you learn how to attack from this series. And remember, not every attack has to end in checkmate. Like, that's a big misconception. Sometimes if your opponent defends but loses a couple pawns, trade the queens, win the game normally. A lot of people try to attack only for checkmate, and this is why your attacks are not working. Enjoy. Obviously, it's easier to attack with the white pieces. That's just, that's what we know. All right, let's just start with something, something fairly simple. Go like this. I'll just get my pieces out. Not gonna do anything too fancy for this first game. Because remember, if you're like trying to play attacking chess, you don't want to like necessarily start your game and make all these like weird moves and concessions. You can play like aggressive attacking chess without doing anything strange like that. So that's not like a requirement in order to play attacking chess. All right, queen b3. He's going at us here with this. I'm probably gonna let it go. Definitely, I would say this is like the best move, but maybe we can just focus on castling and here. And we want to get castled here for sure. Definitely want to get castled. Okay, gonna bring the knight in. Kidding, guys. I'm gonna castle here. We're gonna play knight e4 and g5. Can't be caught castling. Yeah, so bishop there I would say is maybe a threat. Like, I would go so far as to call that a threat just because it trades my queen. But let's actually, this will be great. I want him to take. Okay, he goes here. I want him to take so we can actually see what it looks like to maybe add some pressure to position without the queen on the board. So I'm going to take this. And I think we'll be able to do it right now. He hasn't castled yet, which is a little unfortunate for him, because I think this knight's going to make an appearance here on d3. Knight e4 and g5 always feels kind of nice because your knight actually supports your g-pawn. He goes here. I mean, that's just bad luck. That is an unfortunate square to go to. Really is. I could go rook takes, but I think I'll just pop in right away and take the material. So in this game, we went for like, just gonna resign there. Yeah, I mean, we had the pin there on the queen. I was actually expecting him to castle at some point. He kind of never did, although I understand knight e5. You know, if he castles, g4 looks kind of scary. Tough for him to handle. And of course, in this game, I was going to go no castling. I was kind of expecting him to do this, but you can still play pretty aggressively even without a queen on the board. Like, you know, we can push over here. We can push over here. Got the open file. All right, we have another Scandinavian. I'm pretty much always going to take and play, you know, the most obvious moves. So let's get the pawn up, h6. We love to see all these pawn moves. I'll actually play bishop f4 because although I want my bishop there, I also want to make sure to facilitate this. Now, we're not going to castle right away. I'm sure he's going to do this, but I'm going to play bishop here and, like, I'd love to. I would love to. but I would also love to take here. There's nothing that's going to hold me back from this, because even if he defends well with rook there, which he's not, he's going to get mated right away. He wouldn't stand a chance after knight g5. You guys know e4 leads to a bit more open attacking positions. I don't know what is with everyone playing the Scandinavian right now, but am I complaining? Absolutely not. Wide open position, lots of tactics, lots of tempi against the queen. Like, no problem, dude. Like, I don't know what's up here, but we got, like, I'm playing the most obvious moves. I'm gaining time attacking his queen every single move. This is a dream. The best position you've ever seen. Okay, at this point, like, I'm thinking, like, do we go really aggressive? I'm going to start with the bishop. I'm going to, you know, calm down a little bit. Do we go with the knight? I kind of want to get a position where we get, like, actually castled. I'll go here for that. I think he might go here. We can take it, develop our bishop, and then, like, castle queenside. Yeah, knight there. There was queen b4 check. After d5, he just straight up goes queen b4. Like, just insane. What a move from the guy. I'll defend my bishop, see what he wants to do. Maybe knight a5, I don't know. I'd love to move this next. Okay, yeah, it's gonna hand me a piece there, so I have a feeling we're gonna be quite successful in this game. Okay, e5. There's already, I mean, at this point, we don't even need to do much in terms of castling, but I still feel like it'll be useful. I'm gonna go here. I'd like to develop this bishop, and I don't really want to hang that. And we can grab this. I guess so. Take bishop. Taking with the bishop on e6 is kind of nice, even though it doesn't immediately have like a massive threat. It actually stops castling in both directions, which is just a nice thing to know. It basically means his king should be stuck in the center of the board here. So if I castle this way, he's not going to be able to castle at all. So I can ensure that there's no, like, if he castles kingside, in my head I feel like that's a loss for me. You know, like, I feel bad about that. It's like, oh, he managed to castle on the same side. Makes me sick. But I don't think he's going to be able to do that. So I think we're just going to bring both rooks to the center and bring the bishop out. At this point, we're not attacking on one side of the board or the other. We're attacking in the center because that's where his king is. I mean, he's in serious trouble here. Yes, we have some bishop discovered checks, but I don't think they're going to be that impressive. Let's jump in with the knight. Bishop g5, rook here. Those are probably going to be the next moves. Okay, I'm not seeing, like, immediate mates. Let's go in with this. Knight c7 is kind of a nice checkmate here, so yeah, I was going to say, quite possible that we just set that up and mate him if he doesn't play bishop e7, and he didn't. But this is another win in the Scandinavian. I don't know why people are playing a Scandi so much at 400 elo. Definitely, I would never recommend an opening where your queen comes out. As we can see here, like, I'm not playing moves that are very special. I'm bringing knights out, playing, like, pawn up, and look at the position I have after 6 moves here. Got 3 pieces out, I'm ready to castle. It's just overwhelming at this point. All right, let's play knight here. He goes f3. Anytime I see this move, my immediate reaction is like d5, just because I want to stop the pawn from going there. So yeah, that's all. That's why it's my first reaction. Let's go e6. Probably gonna go c5, knight c6 here. He decides to close it up. I'm wondering if we should go here, but I'm actually thinking let's just open the center. He's moving a lot of pawns, so we can say that. Guess he wants to take. Go for it, man. I'd be happy. Okay, he's gonna retreat. I think I might go here just because queen h4 could be a nice move. Like, he's probably gonna go bishop like d2, queen here, and just get mated. That's actually what I expect. Bishop e3 in front of the pawn is a little bit of a strange move. He goes back here, which is honestly a little bit of a better move because he's not gonna get mated. I can't lie. Queen here and just takes should be more than enough. But yeah, this f3 move, as you can see, we're already taking advantage of it with the queen out here. So he's definitely going to play this. Although this is a move, I think we're going to play knight takes g3. If he plays king there, then we could come over, take this pawn with the queen, I think. And all of his pawns start falling apart there. Maybe we'll get something like this. Yeah, I could maybe see like, you know, forced mate here with bishop c5 and that, but he's gonna go back. I would say this is a nice nice move just to see what he's up to. You know, go back, always repeat. We want to see what kind of player he... Oh, and now he goes here. Okay, that's generous. That's generous. Exactly what I wanted to see. You see, all by repeating the moves, my opponent did something new. Just by going back and forth. That's why you should always repeat. You just never know what they're up to. Because if he went back to d2, yeah, maybe I would go back and take this pawn next time. But he went here and he played g3. He changed his mind, so... Never going to complain about something like that. And here, although tempting to take that, we're going to go knight e4 to cover his escape square, give a check, and force a checkmate on f2. And why is he getting mated here? Because he played f3. So he absolutely deserves this outcome to the game. Let that be a lesson. Don't be starting the game with the second move f3. Terrible. Terrible. We're going to KO this guy because of f3. This is a learning experience. People who play f3 need to be KO'd so badly that they forget that f3 is even an option. e4, I mean, are we going to see the most popular opening at 400 elo, or are we going to see the most popular opening in chess? Finally, we see e5. Like, I mean, where has this move been? I missed it. It goes knight f6. Something tells me he might really get in trouble here. I feel like I'm going to take, because even if he takes, we can, or not takes, but even if he goes here and takes, then I think we'll go into this position, which is normal to get queenside castling in. Wow, knight g5. I mean, that's an impressive move, my man. I'll give it to you. Knight g5. I'm going to take, I'm going to go here. I would say like 75% chance that the queen gets hung. I'd say it's at about 100% now, but yeah, a lot of low-rated players like don't realize g4 and g5 are not safe squares. Like, not safe. That's not where you put other pieces like queens or whatever. It's a very popular square that a knight or a bishop can hit. So to have any piece there in general is just not going to work out for you. Let's give this check. I just want to see what he's up to. Moving the king never feels good for people, so a lot of people play a move like this and maybe give us knight d5. And of course we want to facilitate castling, so credit to him because I think that's a nice move there. I'm just going to save my bishop and get castled, because once he moves this bishop, there might be pieces venturing in. Let's castle this way. It's going to take. Definitely not great, but it looked like I made a king move, but actually that king move was castling, and so it brought the rook in to defend, which is pretty nice. Let's go for this check here. It's just going to be a nice way for me to get my queen into the center and then win his bishop there. He goes for this, queen e8. There's no king move, but there is bishop f8. So he's actually going to survive a little bit there. I think this move looks tempting, but after king f8, not quite happening. I'm going to take here. Yes, he's gonna have to make this move, take this, and we've got knight e7 checkmate threatened. Yeah, and it's gonna be very hard to stop. So queen e6 is also mate, but I think knight e7 is a little bit more satisfying. What's happening to all my opponents so far? I mean, most of them are bringing their queen out really early. That's just plain and simple bad habits. Like, everyone's bringing their queen out to take a pawn, like Scandinavian, or here to g5. I was expecting knight takes here. I was going to take, bring my pieces out, and then just castle whatever opposite way that he did and maybe launch an attack. But that never happened. He went knight g5 and then just hung his queen. All right, well, let's hop into another one. It's going to be e4 for us for the most part here. And okay, well, I'm ready to be impressed. I'm ready to be impressed, but I'm going to take, and surprise, surprise, I'm going to attack his queen. I mean, nothing crazy here. All right, I will go bishop here. I'll go d4. Knight c6 and bishop c6 both walk into d5. My next move is probably going to be this if he doesn't do anything strange. This, queen d2, and maybe castle, but we'll wait and see where he castles. Yeah, I'm just going to get developed here. One of the best, like, one thing you'll notice about attacking players is they have a very good grasp on development. Like, yeah, I want to attack as quickly as possible, but I also understand that if I don't develop my pieces properly, those are the pieces I need in the attack. So one thing that attacking players do understand is initiative, development. You think they're just these like wild, unhinged attacking players, but they definitely understand the fundamentals. At least the good ones. You might go knight d5. I'm not too bothered by it. Queen d2 definitely I want to have next. Yeah, we could go back, but I think I'm even going to offer him my bishop and just go here and say, oh, take whichever piece you want. I'm getting fully mobilized here. He's only got, like, yeah, after he takes, let's say, he's only got one piece developed. The queen is blocking the other piece from developing. At this point, I don't think him castling this way makes a lot of sense. So let's take this. Gonna take this way to keep the pawn structure normal. Okay, he goes and attacks our bishop, but guess what? He's also attacking this. So if I castle, I also lose that bishop. So I'm not gonna go like too crazy here. I'm actually just gonna go back, defend both bishops, and get ready to castle. I keep it simple. I don't think he's gonna be castling this way into this bishop. He's more than welcome to, but yeah, instead he goes for this. I am going to finally castle. It also defends my pawn. We're going to bring a rook to the middle here. I think we're going to have a really nice position. Notice how I haven't really done any huge like attacking type of moves at any point so far. I'm pretty much just developing. Make sure to get castled. Okay, he goes c5. I mean, to me, a move like c5 is crazy. He's got two pieces out. I'm fully mobilized. I just castled. You want to play a move like c5? Feels like he's asking for it. I mean, taking is the first thing that I would think of here. Rook e1 looks like a tremendous move too. So I think this is a nice place to start. Quite literally, fully mobilizing my army. Now I'm ready to attack. There's gonna be no better time for me to attack than right now. Like every piece is in the center. It's like facing the queen, facing the king. Bishop check. All right, he's gonna retreat with queen d5. I think it's time to start letting the pieces flow a little bit. I have a feeling if I take here, he'll take here and we'll mate him, but I'm gonna refrain from winning the game in 2 moves and instead go for probably a check here. Looks like a nice way to open up the pieces. Yeah, rook e5 is a nice fork because this is pinned, but I don't really like rook e5 because of queen a2. So probably going to continue with c4 here. d5 next maybe. Wait and see. Yeah, I mean he's stuck in the center here. He might have to castle at some point. I can see that in the future, but it's gonna be tough for him to move. He's only got a couple squares for the queen, and d7 walks into d5. d8 he can't castle. It's gonna be in trouble. Yeah, so knight e5 is a great looking move here. This one, he goes there, takes, and then takes here. Yeah, we can take on b7 there, and I think we're winning. But the only thing I'm looking at this and thinking, okay, I'm not so sure, is if he takes and we take, he might take back and get 2 pieces for the queen. The nice thing is that if he takes, we just take back, and his queen is lost no matter what. So yeah, knight e5 looks good for that reason, but if he moves the queen, we want to make sure we have a nice follow-up. So for that reason, I think this is just the simplest way to do things. a6, we could also move the bishop. I think this just will immediately win, or even knight e5. So probably do that. It's like this attack is always going to be successful. I've got literally every piece doing exactly what it wants to do. Can't possibly be wrong here. Okay, I think just taking. It's not going to be a better way to do this. Pawn takes, and he just disconnected his bishop from his queen, so queen d7 will be the end of the game. And that'll be another pretty quick win there. We castled queenside. We got the attack in the center. But this was just about development and mobilizing pieces. A lot of people are like, oh, I'm going to play attacking chess, like, you know, g4. Like, that's not what attacking chess means. It means mobilizing your pieces, getting them out properly, getting castled, and then looking for opportunities. And as soon as we were fully mobilized here, that took 12 moves. There's no way I messed this up. Like, I could do whatever. Alright, e4. I mean, I don't know what it is, man, but people love their d5. They're crazy about it. After this, we could definitely, like, c4, like, try to keep the pawn. I'm probably not going to do that, to be honest with you. I'm going to go here. Okay, if he goes bishop out, I think he probably should have taken there. I'm just going to go bishop c4. Now, I think it's quite possible that he just doesn't get that pawn back. So anyway, I'll go bishop c4. It's going to be up to him now to show me how he's going to get this pawn back, because it might have to be one of those 2 moves. See what he's gonna do here. Knight out, like d3 or d4, bishop out. And I'm ready to castle in either direction, so I'll wait and see what he's gonna do. e6 is not gonna help. He's gonna have a nice weak pawn there for me to attack. Okay, let's just get the pieces out. He has a pretty unstable connection. Is this a 400 elo thing? Nobody seems to be able to connect. Wi-Fi diff. Let's go here. That's a tempo on the bishop and us gaining the center and opening this bishop. I'll take that every time. He's gonna go there. I think we don't really mind this. Queen e2 would be nice. I'm gonna play bishop d2 just to keep the possibility of queenside castling a little bit more alive. Ooh, the connection is 2 bars. Barely staying in here. Queen e2 next. He can't really ever take this because he's going to drop that pawn, so I think I'll go here. If he wants to take this pawn, he's more than welcome to it, and then I'll long castle and kind of unleash the rook on the open file. We also have bishop e6. The only reason I'm going to play bishop e6 here, I mean, long castling is fine, it's just because he can't castle. Which is nice. I figured if I went this way, he might long castle, and then we don't really get to attack as easily, so I'll default to just taking this. I mean, this is going to be a good move every time. As I said before in a previous game, bishop on e6 is just so good when you can get it, because, yeah, he just can't, he can't castle at all. So he goes knight e4. That's kind of an interesting move. He's just hanging an entire piece here, so yeah, not much to say about that. He can go queen d2 if he wants. I guess he should. But he's gonna be down a full piece here. Bishop on e6 was gonna be too much for him to handle, though. He couldn't castle either direction. He's gonna get castled now, but it's gonna be at the cost of all his material, and we're also not really being prevented from castling this way. So we'll definitely castle queenside here. We're up 2 pieces, so even if we launch an attack here, it will be a little bit like, it'll be a little bit obvious that it's going to work really well. I'm just going to go here to support this, and also if I castle f2 might be hanging, so this looks simple, and then pretty much castle no matter what next. But I'm up 2 pieces here, so there's not much that can go wrong at this point. Yeah. Okay, take that. Mildly annoying would be queen on the d file, because it kind of stops that. Queen a4 I could definitely see. He resigns. Man, I haven't even got to castle. Like, most people are falling into attacks before I even have a chance to castle. Alright, e4. Let's go e5 this time. See what he comes at us with. So he goes bishop to c4. I guess we'll go here. Alright. Knight f3. We'll do this one. He's gonna go straight for the throat here on f7. Definitely play d5, but Surely we won't take it back. Yeah, definitely against oh wow, okay, he goes bishop b5, which is kind of an interesting move. Let's just kick the knight out. I mean, without the bishop there, I don't really see the point of knight g5. Okay, he's gonna go ahead and take. We'll just take it right back. I think we'll be able to develop our pieces really quickly here. Okay, he's gonna take. He's simply not guarding the knight, so give me that. Yeah, I'm not sure if he's like done the math on that whole sequence, but that was not good. It was not the math you like to see. Let's get the bishop out here. I don't think I'm gonna jump straight into castling. I'm actually going to maybe play a little more aggressive here. I don't want to just castle. I want to hold that in reserve for a little bit. Queen d5, there's knight c3. e5 is hanging a little bit messy. I'm probably going to hold off on that one. I'll keep it simple. Defend this. Oof, he's going to castle. Uh-oh. Move e4 is looking pretty good. Okay, well, rook takes h2, knight g4, and queen h6 looks good, but, I mean, e4 is just... He might simply miss checkmate. Like, I could see him playing d3. Because he might not know what he just castled into. Yeah. Yeah, I had a feeling e4 was probably going to be enough to get him. As I say, I still haven't had that opportunity to even castle in these games. People are getting checkmated just way too quick. Okay, if he had played like the full fried liver line, I probably would have gone b5, just more aggressive, get the pieces out. Maybe here, go for a castle, bishop c5. I think I probably would have gone for something like that. But yeah, even e4, e5 can be like pretty aggressive. Still have some good chances. Okay, let's try the Sicilian this time. As I said, a lot of people go for this, so it makes a pretty nice attack. But I always like the Sicilian, specifically this one where you like go for this sort of setup, because I do think you can get some pretty nice attacks going. Let's go here. Gonna develop at the beginning, of course. Yeah, usually in this system, like I said, you go for a6. But I'm waiting to see where he puts his king. Of course, it seems really likely he's gonna go that way, but we still have to see. It goes like this. At this point, I think d5 is, you know, definitely screaming to be played, but we don't have to jump right into it. We can go b6, bishop e7. We can also go d6. I'm trying to think how we're going to continue. I kind of want to wait to see a little bit more of like how he's going to play. But let's say he plays like this, which seems the most likely. How do we want our pieces set up? I'm gonna go here. I do want to wait to see what he's up to, so it'll kind of affect how I want to put my pieces. Okay, again, just gonna continue with a useful move. I assume it's gonna be knight there, and it is. Still trying to figure out how we want to develop. I think I'm going to go here, put the knight on g6, and then maybe here h5 works nicely there. Okay, he's going to go aggressive with this. Well, I'm first of all going to continue my plan of just hitting the bishop, because I think it's quite possible that he drops back and drops the knight. So we're just going to start with this, which we were always going to do. He actually brings the knight back, which is a disaster for him. This move did not attack your knight, sir. It attacked your bishop. Now he's in big trouble. Because now I get my exact attack, except with like an extra piece as well. Hey, actionchess.com. Thank you for the raid. Damn, chess24. Welcome, everyone. You guys are here at a great time. Just started a new speedrun. It focuses on hopefully castling opposite sides from my opponent, but just attacking chess in general. We're looking to attack non-stop, so that's the goal here. And yeah, we literally just started, so great timing. Started at 400 elo. He's playing h4. I feel like he's going to like checkmate me, but that's not really what's happening here. So just in case you're curious, if I took this and went h6, takes, I'll probably have some great attacking chances there. But after h6, maybe he could play g6 and keep things a little more closed. So I'm going to proceed in a way that will probably be good regardless. Takes in h6 might be a quicker win if he takes, but if he doesn't, he plays a move like g6. I'm not really opening any lines, so yeah, I'm going to do this. Okay, he's opened the h file for me, which is let's go with the word risky. I would say the most likely checkmate would be, as we can imagine, a queen on h2. It's pretty tough to see anything other than that. Like, I don't know how that checkmate is not going to happen. So let's take, I got this bishop, this rook, this knight, this queen. Okay, just good. Good luck to my opponent. Good luck to my opponent. G3 rook h1 is presenting itself as the most eligible checkmate. And then bishop f3, knight e2, and queen h2 is second in line. So actually, we have knight e2 just standing right in front of us here. Very nice. a5 basically does absolutely nothing towards like any of these threats. So knight e2 and queen h2 is just using this rook there. Nice. A nice one. Beautiful. Beautiful. Toph. God damn, Toph. Great to see you, man. 5 gifted subs and a resub. I'm spoiled. Spoiled on this Friday afternoon. 44 months from Toph. And, as we call it, the quick sync-up. Continue with some nice games here. Always e4. And man, I don't know what it is, but 400s, 500s, y'all all playing the Scandinavian. It's like, okay, gonna develop. I'm gonna go d4. I'm threatening d5. Am I gonna win a piece already? Yes, I am. Like, these Scandinavian players, man, I don't get it. Absolutely terrible opening. Terrible opening for a beginner player. May as well just chalk up the checkmate already. Just, you know. Yeah, like I said, just put it on the board already. Guys, I don't care what your elo is, and I don't care who you're playing. Okay, let me explain something to you. This guy's rating, all right, 500, you could argue lower, right? because he lost 42 for that, so maybe it's like still provisional. But let's have a look, right? I just played a guy who did this, right? We just played this game. This was 18 moves, right? This is 18 moves. But look at his opening. Pieces out. Like, this guy just played 7 moves, and okay, no mistakes that I can see. Maybe not the absolute top opening in chess, but there's nothing wrong with this. This guy was rated 466. Okay, now let's take a look at this game. Right? We just played it. He plays the Scandi, and somehow he's down a piece in 7 moves and checkmated in 8 moves. And if not mated, losing even more material. You can't tell me that it's like, oh, but these guys are just low rated. It's like, no, I've seen low rated players that give a much better game than this. This is not the player. This is the opening. I have not seen a Scandinavian, like, Scandinavian is not it. What are people doing here? Here, I think, wait a minute, we gotta find our games where we have the white pieces. Here's another game. Let's find all the games with the white pieces here. This is another one. This is another one. Yep, this is another one. Your attacking chess will improve if you follow this series and learn the basics first. I promise you. Subscribe to chessbrah on YouTube if you're not subscribed already, and click that bell to turn on post notifications so you never miss another upload.